it's Claire, Fairy Whisperer. I've come to Exeter today for a meeting. I thought it would be a good chance to practice some natural mindfulness in the city. So I've come to a really old part of the city, which is Rougemont Castle, the remains of the gatehouse, which is nearly 1,000 years old. I'm also stood by a sign which talks about the last witches that were hanged here in Exeter, so I'll put up a picture of that. So it's possible to connect with nature in the city, and the way we can do that is to remember that the city is built on top of nature that used to be here hundreds of years ago. So I thought it was a good place to come with the connection with history here, just to illustrate that wherever we are there's layers and layers of history, and underneath all of that history is the landscape that used to be here. So this is also next to a park called Rougemont Park, and I'm just going to walk on a bit. So I'll just find a quiet space where I can show you. It's quite difficult to do in cities, to find a quiet spot to practice mindfulness. So I'm just going to stand here, this footpath. So what you can do is you can either close your eyes or keep your eyes open. Just start to become aware of the sounds around you. Take a few deep breaths in. As you can hear, there's lots of sounds around me. So take a few long deep breaths, and then start to notice the temperature that's around you, the sounds, maybe some of the smells. So I'm noticing the rain on the leaves next to me on the trees. I'm literally just 2-minute walk from the high street here. It's just full of people. And then with your eyes closed you can sense into and imagine the landscape that used to be where you're standing underneath the concrete. So I'm just walking on a tarmac path here. Imagine underneath all those layers of concrete the nature that used to be in that place. And it really helps if you've connected with nature recently. So if you've gone out into the woodlands or somewhere really wild, and if you can recall the sights and sounds of that place and how it felt, and bring that into your body whilst you're in the city, and recalling that experience, it will add to being able to relax into space in the city. So find a place where you can be quiet. If it's not completely quiet, it doesn't matter, because that can all become part of the mindfulness experience. So noticing the sounds, noticing any thoughts you have about perhaps people talking near you or cars, and accepting that as part of the experience. So wherever you are, if you're living in the middle of a city or a busy town, you can still practice natural mindfulness, and think about the history, the people that used to walk in this place where you live, hundreds of years ago. Thousands of people have passed through. Perhaps look into the history of the area that you live in and what used to be where your house stood, or where your, you know, what your village looked like hundreds of years ago. That's a good way of tapping back into the nature that is still there or was there many hundreds of years ago. So I hope that's helped, and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye.